Record. Somebody saying hi from Tallahassee, dialing in by phone. Hi, Tucson. Hello from Italy. Hello, everyone. Hello from LA. Oh, got from Australia. Okay, 7 in the morning, I think, right? Or am I wrong? A little longer. I just want to say for everyone coming in a little later, what we're doing is just dropping who we serve and why. One of the areas that I know can get extremely confusing in creating our signature business, and whatever that looks like for each one of you. For me, I loved working one-on-one. And so when I see a lot of coaches who think that they can't build these great practices one-on-one, no, that's not true. You can build thriving practices one-on-one. The goal and what we're talking about tonight is how you can create these other opportunities for your clients that may not be able to afford you at any time in the world. Maybe they don't trust you enough to invest that money. And so they want to come in at a lower cost option, or they are not the right fit for one-on-one yet, and you feel that they're a better fit for groups. There are so many ways to make money. And I love knowing our why, only our why, but why we want to create the offers that we want to create. So much of this amazing business is built on our own pain, our own problems. So we take the very story that happened for us, and then we say, is this marketable? Is this profitable? Is there a need in the world right now for leaky gut? Is there a need in the world right now for weight loss, or for intuitive eating, or for anything that you want to build your business on as a platform? That signature business goes from, I want to be known for my niche. These are my teaching pillars. Someone would say maybe it's sub niche, but these are the areas that you constantly drive home about. If you're known for gut, mindset, emotional eating, etc. So I really want you to expand the possibilities tonight. I think that I love this one from Jess that said, I serve tech execs who are interested in better health. I think about so many people in that industry, corporate health, and we have to be healthy. And when we don't make money. And so knowing the problem and knowing the desire, what somebody wants, is how we create these unbelievable packages. So first off, if you have any questions, please put them in the live Q&A. We will be going over them, and I will be answering. Just going to go over a quick presentation right now. And if you have any questions, let me just, hold on. If you have any questions, we will just get going. And guys, on a side note, because I geek out on stuff, I made a PowerPoint in Canva. It was so super easy. So on just a pro tip, because I am just like you guys, I started my business as a solo entrepreneur. I was a coach, struggled, wanted to quit 80,000 times over. You can read the whole story, but I attended IN. I'm an IN alumni. I went to a bunch of different detox schools, and I still came out going, WTF. I heard build your list, create your offers, create your client packages, but I had no idea how I would get there. So I started to find free ways to create things. Canva wasn't around back then, but these are the really cool tools that when you have Canva templates, like we have with a lot of our programs, or even the marketing images, those become your toolbox. And the goal is that we don't spend 25 hours creating a program, or even 3 to 8 hours trying to collect information to put on our PowerPoint, or the time to design it. That is the stuff that we were not bred for. Some of us, awesome, you're able to do that, but we came to coach. And so the reason that I get sad and frustrated when I see overwhelm or frustration is because we all have it. So there's not this one magical cure in business. There's not a magical cure in health as well. So please just level the play, just be realistic. on your expectations, it doesn't mean that you aren't going to build an epic business like many of the coaches that I talk about. Is that the key to understanding how to create your signature business is also the offers that work for your ideal client. And most importantly, the way that also you want to coach. So I just made this on PowerPoint, totally geeked out, but I want to show you how cool it is, and you'll get to see it during this presentation. Okay, so here we go. Create your signature wellness business, which isn't just this one program, and it isn't just this one high ticket offer on your Work With Me page. There are examples. Christine Hansen, the sleep boss, she came to me many years ago with the same thing. I'm struggling. I've got all this passion. I know what I'm really good at, and I need content. I need more education. So I led her to my favorite functional medicine practitioner school, and then I led her to content. So while she was in school, she was working on that content as well as list spinning. And then she created high ticket offers. She also has lower cost offers. And even just recently, if you go into our paid group and you search Christine Hansen, Hanesen, she was like, wow, you know what? My clients are struggling a lot with Candida. And she bought our Candida program because she wants to have that nice balance. Remember, you're known for a certain niche. You teach on these core teaching topics that help somebody to understand your signature process. And so your 3 signature freebies, your 3 signature workshops, hint, hint, you need those content to pitch to local vendors, pitch to people that already know, like, and trust you. This is especially important for new coaches. Guys, people don't just find us because we blog and SEO. That's what we hear a lot. People find us because they are intentionally searching on platforms that help to build and feed into Google, which is the machine. And that would be YouTube videos. That would be Pinterest. People also find us because we contact them and say, hey, I've got this amazing workshop. I was wondering if you would like me to do this webinar or this teleclass. Hint, hint. Hey, I see that, you have this amazing gym, this spa, your chiropractor's office, the very people that you know. I want you, after this call, to take an action step to reach out to at least 10 people. 10 people and say, I can offer the following. And guys, I will just tell you before I go on, I had no idea. I knew what I taught, which was gut detoxification. I knew that people constantly came to me for weight loss, even though I never had a weight issue. So I started talking about weight loss done different. And I started to separate myself from the pack. So I want you tonight, after this webinar, whenever you're watching it, to write down what makes your business a signature business. How is your process different from what everyone else is saying? Do you agree with the teachings that are out there right now in the current market? Do you agree with some of the trends? If not, what is your approach? Your approach is the beauty that you see on a website, or the opt-in freebies, the teaching series, the challenges, the list builders that help you to build your awareness. And then, of course, your offers, a low cost, a mid, and a higher ticket. Some of you already have that higher ticket, or you've been spending time on your signature business, but you're like, I know it's worth $2,000. Hint, $333 a month for 3 months is a 1K program. So all we need to do for pricing is think of our strategy, but also just play around with our calculator. Maybe you know that 6 months, say $2,000 divided by 6. 333. It's a very simple model, 333 a month. Every one of you is worth it. And guess what? You'll get to places like Dr. Dixie and many of the podcasts and people I interview where you're charging 333 an hour, 600 an hour, 750 for a 90-minute intensive. And that's why it's so exciting when we start to say, okay, for my ideal client, What do they actually need? What are the steps that I need to take today? And remember, it's evolving. We don't just go through one step. We define our signature process for our ideal client and also based on their commitment and trust levels. I call them the steps. So the steps for you guys is, of course, doing the other two action steps. What sets you apart? Why did you become a coach? It wasn't for many of you that everything was wonderful. It was that you kept searching for an answer. Or maybe you kept searching for an answer because your child or your significant other, or maybe you're a teacher or a caretaker and you're so frustrated with the system. What are you frustrated about? What steps did you take? It will require you to look back into your story and also think for the current modern person right now, how can your signature process truly save their life and change the game for them? Just like the people that you researched, the people that you followed said something really pivotal for your own journey. Or maybe you just went against roadblock, and you were like me. You just kept searching. Either way, that is the why of your process, why you're creating these offerings. A lot of coaches will often say to me, should I have a detox as my lower cost? And I always say, tell me a little about your client, or tell me a little about your vision or your teaching process. And they will say, I do 1, 2, 3. And if I usually hear some kind of, we take foods away, then I say, great, a detox may be great. Maybe you want to look at our paleo grain free, all lower, shorter programs, do it yourselves, or even a 90-minute intensive on your website. A 14-day program is great for that. For another person, maybe you know it's gut, but your ideal client truly wants weight loss. We have a lot of coaches who take our, 7-day weight loss made easy or take our 21-day new you weight loss. It depends what your starting time is for your clients. Some of you will never want to work and do a single session or a 90-minute. This is choice. We know it's proven because Brendan Bouchard teaches this to his high performance is in his high performance academy. He teaches to have an entry point, which is a 90-minute, and to naturally upsell right at the end of that, which I only know because I worked with a high performance coach, to say, that was really amazing. Would you like to continue? Here are the other ways to work with me. And knowing what those paid offers are and being able to have these tiers of trust, financial, financial ability, but also even commitment. If that person does your 90-minute, they're going to say, oh, wow, that was amazing. I want to go to the next step. What is the next step? That is all a wellness business funnel is about. Furthermore, when we really think of our offerings, if that person was not right for your longer programs, for the higher tier programs or the more intensives, and this person simply wants a 90-minute, would it be safe to say that maybe in a month you follow up and say, hey, I was just seeing how you're doing? Someone would say, wow, that was amazing. You had mentioned you have this membership or this group coaching. Yeah, why don't you tell me that? And also just reiterate or send me another email on what your 30-day is like. It's these different steps. And when you have that, the freedom and the overwhelm starts to lessen because you know your offers. So doing a discovery call, an interview, a live, a podcast, or like, hey guys, here's behind the scenes because my hormone membership is starting. Or here's this stress course or candida or the 30-day, refresh, which is all about these new habits. Because you know the right fit. You know the programs that fit, or even the structure and the flow of your business from the bottom to the top, the value ladder. So step 1, nail down your niche, know your client's pain points. Those very pain points are your product. You turn the pain into the product. You brainstorm your list building strategies. So once you buy tonight, I like to download everything to a desktop. And then I like to pull out something very small like this and start filling the boxes. What's my list building strategy going to be? Who does it serve? What is the promise? What are their problems? Who is it right for? Who's it not? It's a very simple marketing and copywriting questions that we always want to ask. Because if we don't know who it's for, what are the benefits, it's really difficult to step into our confidence and our conviction. Step two, you're choosing the 3 to 5 list builders because you thought, here's my niche. What are the problems? What do I teach? How do I need to educate my people about my process? Is my process a hormone, sugar, and gut? Is my process 21-day hormone detox, AIP, adrenal? What are the pillars of your signature process? And to reverse engineer into what you actually need there. If you're teaching on estrogen dominance, it makes sense to have the estrogen dominance PowerPoint and break away a little of it, record a 20-minute, give a little intro, a little behind the scenes of what it would look like to work with you, or to break down one workshop into 5 small teaching series. Each video being anywhere from 8 to 10, maximum 15 minutes. So by the end, that person knows your signature process extremely well. And that's why we have coaches who often will buy content because they need it, because they've nailed down that message, because they've taught enough and educated and also showed behind the scenes. Hey, yeah, this is my favorite Chinese herbs because I have. This is my other one from Wise Women. This is one of the herbal companies I love because it's your life. It's the behind the scenes, and that's where we connect. Problem. Too many coaches end up pushing a program, pushing an offer, free or paid. We're just saying an offer without telling the story, without understanding the why and explaining that to your potential client, because she or he's going like this. Oh, and it's just a lot of information. It's a grid that they're seeing, tons of information. So why is it going to stop on each person? What makes me want to buy from the person? Or do I just go, oh, that looks cool? No, we want that person to look and say, wow, this is really interesting. Now let me go click. Again, whatever platform, whether you're working with corporate, I hope that you're on LinkedIn. I hope that you have Pinterest images that talk about 9 to 5 and stress and gut and all the different things that corporate. Same thing for busy moms, ketogenic, women who are trying to get pregnant, every different problem. You reverse engineer and say, what do they need to see? So that when they're searching intentionally on YouTube, how do I get pregnant? Why am I not getting pregnant? What are fertility foods? They come upon you. And so they click, oh, wow, I'm going to go see what it's like to, check this person out. And so then all of a sudden they click. That's the conversion. Especially, hey, shoot me a PM, shoot me a DM. They come into your actual funnel. That funnel of conversation, not a bot, not any fancy strategies, because where we've abandoned is the connection and the communication. Funnels don't replace human interaction. And most coaches think that the people at the top are paying somebody to answer. No, they pay it, they answer it. Whether it's in Instagram, whether it's a voice message, a video message, or loom.com, which is something I use to give video responses, or Voxer, or anything. It is in that VIP experience. So now you're going to go to step 3, define those offers. You might think, okay, in my list building, do I need a workshop? Do I need a challenge? How am I doing lives? What am I pitching to a podcast? Because you want something tangible that person can go click, download, and get to know you. Then what are my offers? Low to higher ticket. Define it. Define the pricing. I would say, guys, for many of you, I know this is a struggle. One of my mentors used to just say, Start with a price. I always say the average for new coaches is 97 to 150 an hour. It just gives you a baseline. Doesn't mean you have to do low cost offers, but it gives you a baseline so that you don't end up like many of the coaches who I hear selling high ticket programs and not getting results, or not having the money to do Facebook ads, and then they don't get off the ground. You can coach and sell whether it's $7 or 7,000, as long as the story and the pre-teaching that you reverse engineer and say, if my goal is to get this person, like Dana Denali has our 6-month retune your hormones. If her goal is to get everyone there, what does she have to teach? She has to reverse engineer into the very problems and the pleasures, the problems and the desires, the problem and the wants, the solution, the wake up problems, but also the daily things that stop us. And that's how we start to say, in my price, how many people do I need to get here to cover this cost, and what is realistic? And then we define our teaching pillars. How to create this money-making wellness biz. It's your passion, your big why, what your audience needs. That's different than the business that we want. I hear a lot of coaches ask me about the 3-month Eat With Intention. It's a gorgeous freaking program. It's that deep work, it's that soul work. But I always ask their clients, I know that's step 5 or step 3 in your signature business. Are women coming to you for, do they want that? And they always say, well, yeah, I mean, that's what I talk about. And I always say, are they ready for that as a step 1? And the answer sometimes is, yes, they are ready. They know me. And sometimes it's, no, they really want weight loss. And I always say, do you think that they're ready to go into the deep work, the intuitive work, the soul work? And the answer usually is not yet. They have to give them, I need to give them this first and then lead them there. It's just steps. It's not just the pricing value ladder. It's just the steps that your ideal client needs to go through. And the mini steps, because maybe they're not ready. And that's where your list builders, your one-on-one offers, your group membership, VIP days, master classes, because you want people to what? You want people to have their problem solved. You want to supply them with the education. You want to demystify the myths, what the system feeds in when it comes to dieting, when it comes to skin, when it comes to aging, whatever it is that is missing, or this big idea that you want to change the way dieting is. You want to change how we look at our body. Many of you have many deep whys. The most important thing is to be able to take that deep. This is where I want to take women, and these are the teachings that I need to teach and the steps that I need to take my client through. And those are your teaching pillars. This is Cece Weiss. Cece Weiss, this is her exact screenshot in one of our groups. She had a lead magnet. She said, well, and I remember in an interview, I said to her, why'd you pick this? She said, because it so defines what I'm about. Everyone knows that I am about clean eating. She took it, she broke it down. She didn't do it live in a group. She said, that's not really my style. I'm going to email and I'm going to give these video tips. Hint, please do videos. Those video tips are essential because that person is getting to know you. That person is coming into your home. You're giving a tip on each of those days. You don't even have to overthink. You could even shoot a video. You could do a screen share. Those tips are the conversion because you're showing them how to accomplish that 5-day. Too often we give freebies and people, we're busy. We're overwhelmed. We're all the reasons that we don't just buy a book on insulin resistance, hormones, get it done. We need accountability. That's why we hire fitness coaches. That's why we, have an acupuncturist, hold us accountable, or, a therapist, or anybody, whatever that person is in your life. Or we have an accountability group because we get stuck in our habits. So here is 5-day clean. I highly encourage. A lot of people ask me, what do I think is the best format? I believe it's when you kill two birds with one stone, a PDF and videos, or checklists and little videos, because you want them to have wins. If they have wins, they will naturally convert to your program. She had a gateway program. Gateway program was 21-day clean eating. She had women losing weight left and right, and it was just clean eating, because she said, my ideal client loves me because I am healthy, I'm in the gym, they love me for everything that they see I am. But my ideal client is not eating clean. They're eating processed foods. They think they're eating clean. How many of us know people just like that? And this applies to so many of us who say, well, I want to run a detox. I think detoxes are amazing. Not only is our summer detox with extra modules, because I felt that it was necessary, because I know that our clients are, our struggles is that we have to let go. We have to, which again, to the mindset of our emotional stability. Otherwise, we stay sick. We have to learn how to let go. And so that's what the summer detox is about. And that's why we give a clean eating and a detox. But there are also some people that just feel overwhelmed. And she knew her ideal client. So if you've been trying to run a detox and you're not having as many conversions, either re-niche it, take the time to do that, or look for something that you know is going to be a home run. And then stand clear with conviction, like Jess Royston always says, Sarah Lyons, Shay Johnson, JJ Munez always says, well, simply all I had to do was download it and then look in the freebies, the PowerPoints, the marketing materials, and then start opening my mouth and talking about the benefits, the problems, the struggles, the benefits, the problems. So she led people right into the gateway. She didn't even think they were going to want something else, but everyone said, oh my goodness, Cece, this is so good. We want to go deep into metabolic reset. We hear about this keto. She doesn't even do keto, but she went to precision nutrition. So she felt very confident that she could teach it without feeling overwhelmed. So she did that. This number actually was much higher. And if you listen to her testimonial, you'll see what you also see right here. She did an add-on one-time offer. Many people say, well, what's the single session for? That's a no-brainer. That can even be a tripwire. So when we hear these terms in marketing, a tripwire in the digital marketing, and Russell Brunson and Ryan Deiss, DEISS, I'll talk about this. But what we don't hear is about the one-on-one, that in a group, in a membership, you can offer private, private 60-minute, 90-minute VIP intensives for that time. We also don't always hear about the upsells in a group. How many times have you been in a larger group and somebody says, we're doing smaller groups. It's going to be only 97, for the month, or 197 for the month. It says 4 sessions. We're going to, do some intense kind of more deep diving, and it's going to be for 5 people. Times 5 people, 985. My client is doing this right now. She's doing 2 different groups based. And so that means in that one, you could be doing twice. That's 1,970 times 12. If you only focused on one template and thought about all the opportunities and really said, which I remember doing a detox many years ago, and people kept saying, well, we're in this group, but can we get it personalized? Light bulb moment. The best marketers just listen. That is sales, but when we market and we sell from the soul, that's different. We're just hearing what our clients are asking. And then we, because we're comfortable in our confidence, we say, would you like that? Yeah. And then we create it. And that's where we come in with content, is think about the offers, think about the people that are in your life. What do they want from you? Guys, on a payment, many of you have schedulers. You could do it in Acuity and have the workflow immediately trigger to them. This is when we're going to meet on Zoom. Right now, Facebook has amazing group chats. You could do it in a Facebook group. There are so many amazing possibilities when it comes to using free tools. You could even use, many of you use a CRM, like a platform. You can use that. Send a payment. Everything doesn't need to be an automation, and or use Desavo. That's a really great one as well. So right here, you will see one of my clients. I took her from brick and mortar, but guess what? She did the work. She showed up. She bought our challenge. She bought the skinny dress challenge. That was one of her first challenges online, and she did videos. She said, my ladies, because I owned a gym and now I'm going online, they want to see me doing these videos. How am I going to be a fitness coach, or how am I going to, talk about weight loss if I'm not showing them how I do it? Because it's in the showing people how we do our behind the scenes, our kombucha, our dandelion tea. It's all those cool things that people desperately want because they too are doing this. Googling, Googling. What is leaky gut? I heard about gut brain access. My kid just got diagnosed with ADD. What do? I feel guilty. I'm stress eating. How do you boost your metabolism? How do you lose belly fat? My hair's falling out. Why is my hair falling out? It's all of the things that either we Googled intentionally as well, or the many books that we have bought. I know I have about 300. So what Amy did so beautifully is she took the content and she really became the content. And I think that's also another problem. We usually will download something, we don't dive into it, we don't do the recipes. So then it's really hard to feel that confidence. So Amy's the opposite. She's weight loss and fitness. You can go to um, thefitsoul.com and you will see all her different offers like this. And she took a lot of time to say, you know what, this is what I envision. And this is also how I know my women want to be served. And you will see her different offerings. This is JJ. JJ is now a mindset coach. She is a mindset activation coach. She bought from me, I think in 2014 or something. She was one of my first clients from IM because I was known as that gut girl. And she has turned into higher ticket. She's turned into retreats. She has high ticket masterminds, and she also has high ticket one-on-one. And so you will see how she kind of laid out some of her offerings and some of the things that she has, built. That she has built in her offerings from the programs that she's bought, because the idea is you build what what your clients want. Her clients wanted weight and sugar. She was a fitness instructor. She was yoga. The list goes on the things that JJ has done, like many of us. But it doesn't mean that you see yoga and fitness everywhere. It's part of her brand. It's part of who she is, but it's not what she's known for anymore. And so at one time it was sugar, then it was pregnancy weight because she got pregnant. And people were like, Jay, please help me lose this weight. But she always used the programs foundationally. She teaches the detoxes at her retreats. At one point, she was doing day retreats, weekend retreats, and she gave everyone the detox. I have a lot of retreat places and a lot of spas who do this. They'll do retreats and they will give the client an onboarding package that includes their materials. And then, of course, they will make food off of the actual programs and teach off of the programs. This is Dana. Dana originally came and bought in 2012, like Megan Rand, who is a functional medicine practitioner, includes testing in her detox and her hormone programs. And Dana was the same as Megan, couldn't even sell a program, couldn't even figure out, and she realized that she needed to do more of the trust building, the speaking and sharing and teaching before she rolls out a paid offer. And that's exactly what Dana started doing. She also niched down. She lives in another part of the world. it's Egypt, and beauty and anti-aging and weight are extremely important. What Dana was able to do was to build herself known as the expert and authority. And it going from I can't get one person to retreats at the Ritz-Carlton. And today she focuses on skin, anti-aging, hormones, weight. And you will see that she still has some of the fundamentals. I've seen her site go through 3 different changes, but she has a lot of list builders. Many of our coaches have a lot of list builders, workshops that they use as videos, stuff that they put on blogs, but not everything is on their site because what's on their site is exactly their specific niche. What they do behind the scenes are sometimes uh, the groups or the do-it-yourselves or the stuff that they're doing just as, a boost to their list, or even taking that and running it as a Facebook ad, knowing their ideal client. So this is Katrina. Katrina was a success story on the stage with Stu McLaren. We all know him, and if you don't, he has amazing teachings on membership, a tribe style membership. She has a lot of lead magnets, tripwires, gateway programs, and she built herself a membership that is helping women of faith get off their sugar addictions and truly find their power. You will see it's so easy to take one workshop. Uh, Many coaches, and one of my favorite is Nicole Jardim. She's a pioneer when it comes to hormones and the period. She has a book on it. She has many low cost offers. Those are the entry points. Those are the lower cost offers, because if a person comes in a lower cost offer, that box, then they buy for $57, and then they lead to core offer number 1. Of course, this could be videos, this could be a discovery call. It depends how you close. I'm a huge advocate for getting people on the phone and not just saying, hey, let's get on the phone, but hey, tell me what's going on with you. How can I help? What are some of the problems that you have? I had 1, 2, 3. And my clients or my family had ABC. It's the beautiful conversion where they come in, they're interested. They're interested on X topic. That lower cost leads them into your higher offers. Whether you do this through automation, some of you have very advanced automation. I would say for many of you, please don't get lost in the platforms, the CRM. We didn't even have these things when I first started. And I'm thankful because it it forced many of us to just pick up the phone and get out and speak to people and ask if we could do presentations, because we didn't have all the fancy gadgets and the social media. So you could use one workshop and combine it, one EMF Waves workshop, combine it with a 14-day detox. You could take one hormone workshop and combine it with a 3 or 5-day. You could also buy the 21-day hormone detox and use the PowerPoints as also a signature presentation. And that's why many of our programs come with PowerPoints, because those are the marketing materials. You can screen share a PowerPoint. How do you want to get somebody to come and hire you? They have to trust you. They have to know that you're not just like a dime a dozen and every other coach saying the same thing. And that's why I always say to every coach, what's your superpower? What sets you apart? What is special about your teachings on toxins or gut or autoimmune or hormone? What makes you different from getting a book from Aviva Joram for hormones? What makes you different from Josh Axe, Alejandro Younger, Mark Hyman, Sarah Gottfried, JJ Virgin, Chris Kressler, and the list goes on? Because you experienced this through your own eyes. And that is what your ideal client is desperately waiting for, to identify with you and understand that you're the person that could take them to this next place, that they've been struggling, confused, that they need somebody they can trust. Because most of us don't share some of our deepest, darkest secrets because we're scared. And that's why most of us in the world stay stuck. And so it takes coaches to come in there and say, it's okay, there's not a perfect. Let's start here. I know that many of my clients struggle with the following 20 areas. And that's why I'm going to show you some of the programs tonight to show you. And you will see in the sneak peeks, because I often do those sneak peeks also as mini teachings. When you hear me say, here's a PowerPoint slide, perfect examples off the new hormone membership or the kids membership or the content membership, I will pull those slides and say, wow, guys, this is your content. Don't give them the whole workshop, but you're teaching off of the, maybe you're experiencing this. So many people struggle with adrenal and candida. This is what it could look like. You're using the freebies and the workshops and even some of the program to pull out the very content that we need to say on a day-to-day basis to be consistent. So this is a image that I have in one of our 3 money making workbooks, and it shows you this is how simple I create, plans for making money, plans at all different stages, whether your goal is a 2K month, 3, 5, 10. When you can create one template, what is my one-on-one offers? What is the low, mid, high? If a person can't afford me one-on-one, say they can't afford the 547 a month or the 333 a month, where do they go? Do I have a do-it-yourself that is a similar, replica of what it would be like to work with me, of course, without the personalization? Do I have a mini course? Does my membership create a place for people who truly can't afford can't afford coaching at 37 or 47 a month? 47 times 20 people is 940 times 12. It's 11,280. Doesn't mean that you're going to launch every offer, but when you know your core offers, your down sells, why that person should go, why this person should join my membership, even if she's worked with me, because she wants to stay with that accountability and learn all the freaking cool things I'm going to teach. The same as for group coaching, same as for a master class or a intensive. It's just about brainstorming, and that's where I know many of us struggle, because the brainstorming part does require clarity. But at the same time, guys, I'm really giving you the push, because you can do it. This part is not rocket science, but it does require us to download all the stuff and then write down, what is my work with me page? Put all of these individual sheets on your wall, on your shower. Look at them. What is my work with me? What is my do it yourself? What are the groups? What are my offers? 1, 2, 3. Do they match the 3 different core element steps? Do they match to a do it yourself or low cost or a course or a self-paced or a master class or a VIP day? Answer is they can all match. And that's why you want, if somebody can afford you, to just say, oh yeah, well, I know you can't afford to work with me. It would be really great to do this do it yourself, self-paced. So the cool thing is that, yes, you buy, you get instant access, and you can use the programs anyway. They don't have to be in a group. They can be for your one-on-one virtually. They can also be for groups online, groups offline. They can be, really used in so many different ways. And I would say one of the offers, and I know many coaches love, if your people aren't ready for a membership or you're not ready to put one together, do group coaching. I used to do group coaching. I would say, okay, for $50, who wouldn't want to have 4 coaching calls, the materials, and live Q&A, or even a twice a month call with me? Well, I'm sure if we just came with the rough template of $50 and my goal was 15 women, $750. My one-time upsell offer to an intensive and a personalization, 97 times 3, 291. I think the other was 790. It's a 1K month. That's how simple it is to say, how am I going to use this? But too often coaches will buy stuff from me or anyone else, and um, they won't then use it. So I wanted to dive in there. What we're going to do, of course, is answer any questions before we move to any of the offers. Does anyone have a question? We're going to pause and breathe. Many of you will know I get so geeked out and excited from this. Okay. Somebody saying I have a question from video 2 on the training. I would say if it's a training on video 2, which I think is just some of the editing, I would suggest asking it in our free group, which is learn how to niche your health coach biz. Somebody's saying, can you have more than one niche? That's a great question. So the niche, I feel like to answer that, we have many niches per se, because those are parts of our teaching, which is why for me, and for many other coaches, you'll see that it's weight loss, but then you'll see sugar and gut and mindset, or you'll see emotional eating. Those are the aspects. Those are the areas that are part of your signature process, but you still want to be known for one thing. Doesn't mean that it can't change. And the perfect example is JJ. She was sugar, she was weight, and now she's mindset and activation. And at one point it was teaching about toxins and cleansing, but she found that people consistently came to her for that. What's important is the teaching behind what I want to be known for. I want to be known for X. I teach the following 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the core principles and the foundation of my business. And that's why offer 1, somebody's saying, what is a 90-minute session? I did actually dive into that on a free video that I did the other day. And so I will put that in, and I will also be giving examples in this next few weeks with videos. But to say it very clearly, a 90-minute session, you can do online, you can do offline. The way that I did it is I always gave content. So I said, this is what we're going to focus on. Here is your 14-day program or your 21, and we're going to personalize it. So I always gave the content a good week before. My onboarding for anybody, as I always did a discovery call, would ask, take notes. And I would say, okay, so you told me that these issues have gone on since you've been like 25 and you're 37. It's probably safe to say that the 90-minute isn't going to give you the foundation that you need and desire. So here are some options. I really think in a 30-day, we could attack these issues. I really think in a 3-month, we could attack these issues. If they are long-standing gut or multifaceted layers of dysbiosis, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, we may need a little longer. But what feels right for you? We can also do a 90, which would include my detox. I would also have 5 videos for you. That was my offer on a discovery call. And then if they said, you know what, I don't have the money, whatever the objection was, while I leveled them saying, I think this would be better. And they're like, I didn't want to push somebody away and never say it wasn't a right fit, because there were times that I had spent $8,000 on tests and I really didn't have the money, or I didn't trust that that person was going to help me, because I was extremely jaded with hiring many people. So I would say, great, why don't we start with that? How about this? I'm sending you homework. I hope that you fill out a food diary and get really clear over the next week before we meet. And so when we met, that person had been filling out their homework. They had the program. I told them, not in any automation. I just said, here, we're going to focus on the guide first, pages 1 through 5. I know many of us get overwhelmed in building our business, but what I do know for sure, and especially after 10 years being in this business, building it by myself as a solo entrepreneur, working with coaches, coaching many different people, groups, online, offline, JV partnerships, is this. People really want to work with us. They want, it's not about the perfect cover. We hold on to that because we hear a lot of branding and marketing. I love making covers look pretty and beautiful, but at the same token, even more important is for us to be comfortable and give content and materials that can help educate somebody and take them through the steps that they so desperately need that they've come to us for. And so that is a process that I did with my 90, not in full, detail step by step. Somebody saying, how about doing Zoom calls? There's so many wellness Zoom calls for free. Or, I mean, I know many of these are questions that we all have. Um, to get hired, you need to have content that really solves the problem for your ideal client. And so I see a lot of coaches say, so many coaches in my area. Well, I live in Florida, Boca. I came from Philly. I came from vast amount of coaches. And that's why I always said, how am I going to be different? What content do I need to share that's going to be different? So it's not just about throwing out a Zoom call. It's not just about, oh, come for this free thing. It's about being intentional and knowing what people want, and then reverse engineering into what is the content and what do you need to be sharing on a daily basis in every place, from social media to videos to even reaching out, as I said, to people who already like, know, and trust you. I have amazing relationships with chiropractors, salt suites here, health and wellness centers, because I called them, or I would reach out to them and I would say, I see your site. This is what I know I can do. I can come and do the following, workshops. And that is how we build that, like, know, and trust factor. Or we reach out and we pitch to we pitch podcasts and we set ourselves apart, because if you're talking about weight loss, give a 4-day or a 5-day, give a problem solving freebie, give something that actually makes somebody say, wow, that was mind blowing. And then there's a consistency. Somebody saying, are the meals in my monthly membership catered to niches? No, they aren't. We do that and we cater in our programs. In the membership, we do clean eating programs. It would be really expensive to do it because we provide copyright free recipes. And so crafting those recipes for every different niche, because you can come in at any month, would be extremely expensive. What we do is we try to teach you to the best of our ability to put in those hormone healthy foods and to make them specific, to your liking and that of what you need for your client. Somebody's saying, my niche is sugar. Hey, Dawn. Low cost. Some clients are emotional eaters and other pre-diabetic need stricter recipes. I have many coaches who work with women for high protein, low sugar. I also have many coaches who work diabetes, pre-diabetes, diabetes prevention, who are skilled in that area, and they do use our keto recipes. They just make sure that their clients are, of course, doing everything that they need to do to balance their blood sugar, with their doctor and stuff of that nature. But what I would say is that I have a lot of coaches who have bought the 30-day keto and then used it foundationally, took out all the the information, nutritional information, because I know as a coach, I don't want somebody to live by a calculator. That's just me. When I had to go on keto for my own blood sugar issues from autoimmune and stuff of that nature, keto made me insane. And I just started testing my sugars, because that was how I was taught. And that was why, even when I created Sugar Repair, we talk about the testing sugars. And the way that I did keto was more of a lower sugar. And it was just great to have those recipes, because not everyone is armed with being a great researcher. And even for me, I had anxiety. So I did actually buy some programs and was like, they've got all this cheese in it. I'm allergic to cheese. I'm allergic to casein. So that's why these programs are developed in the very ways and in the way that I don't see many other programs being developed. So to answer that, Dawn, you could even start with the 5-day keto, which is a freebie. I have a lot of coaches who do that. A lot of coaches who love also the 30-day keto because it's going to be great for, I say it's great for blood sugar. Everyone's got their different opinion. Some, I know fruitarians, I know raw, I've been all the above. That's just my journey, just like we teach our clients to find theirs. So I would suggest that. And Dawn, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. You know, just got to get my glasses for this. Okay, perfect. We are going to go over this. And if you don't know what a tripwire is or anything else, please, guys, feel free to go to Google and say tripwire, because we talk about this a lot in marketing, but I don't want to take up all of the time tonight doing that. So let's just screen share. Also, when you guys do buy, in the back, there are some extra, tidbits helping you with that kind of information. Again, it's not a personal coach, it's not one-on-one coaching, it's not group coaching or a membership, but there are some templates there. So let's even start with 30-day refresh, fresh start. When we put this together and when I wrote this, and when some of our team members, of course, team writers, I thought about similar to that of when I wrote New You Weight Loss. I thought, how many times do we get out of our habits for all different reasons? So when I thought about this, I thought about moms, corporate 9-to-5ers. I think it really is one of those things that can apply to every niche except maybe keto, because you will see this is really about habits, and the daily wellness, routine that we need to have, and self-care, the very thing that we all kind of struggle with. So when you do buy from us, you will see this of course, this right now is view only. People always say that to me. We say right on the download page, download your materials, because view only is exactly what Dropbox is. So you have to go here, and I'll just show you exactly what the materials look like so you can see how easy it is to edit. Comes just like this. We do have Canva cover templates. I have a lot of coaches who don't even use covers because they always say it's a pain in the butt. It slows them down. So we'll see right here, you can edit anything you want. You can edit the footer. You can make it your own, but it's there and it's completely done. Whether you wanted to do this as a group, your one-on-one coaching, a membership. Many of you are at the advanced stages, maybe doing memberships with like founders bonus. But you will see here, everything is completely laid out for your client. You can go over the content, you can go over planning meals, everything. And it comes with, of course, the suggested meals completely mapped out. And this is the format of really every one of our programs, which I do encourage you to look at the sneak peeks. You will see also in our recipes, this is, I would say, except for, niche specific recipes, which you will see, this is on average what our recipes are like. Easy to make, simple. If it's not simple, people don't do it anyway. And then you can sub with your clients. I had a lot of clients, food allergies, intolerances, a lot of clients who were vegan, but then their family was omnivore or vegetarian and omnivore or raw, and all different variations. And so I always loved having recipes that served both, because I also attracted a lot of A-type personalities who love to detox, but also were running marathons, or loved to detox, but also worked out, came to me with food intolerances, allergies, leaky gut, autoimmune, weight, sugar, imbalances, all that kind of stuff. But I always would say, let's get on process, let's get clean. And that's why a lot of our programs don't diagnose. I mean, not a lot, none of them diagnose or treat. These are educational information for you to be able to give your clients and for you to be able to use in your business. You then have 2 different teaching modules. Again, just even showing you this, all the programs have different content, but this is exactly the format. They're beautifully designed, they're easy. You could teach them as classes. These could be even a class that you could do as a live on Instagram, a live on Facebook. You could do this in a group. People always ask what creates great group engagement. And I always say structure. People come in for you to help them with a problem. And so you have the teaching modules, you have the opt-in freebies. And I figured who wouldn't want bliss ball recipes because they are yummy, they're amazing, etc. So that is one of them. Does anyone have a specific request? I will show you the stress, which I'm so excited about because I think that it is a huge issue. And I know it's a huge issue. Hold on, stress. So here we have our client, we have our mini guides. So this are guides, as you will see, so beautifully designed. Some coaches, like I said, will make they will use this as free content leading to their higher ticket. The value sometimes of your lower, as many of you have opted in for challenges or you've opted in for teaching series. You also, of course, have a beautifully designed PowerPoint. When I say here, these are the things you talk about. So if you're promoting this, of course, you're going to go into the business module, but it's also really amazing when you sit there and say, there is so much content at my fingertips. And each one of those, as you will see in the sneak peek, same thing. Here we have the second. And then we go even into the business. People always say, are these turnkey? And I always say to them, if you can find stuff, that can, if you can find a program that is exactly turnkey and that works for everyone, awesome. But what we have found is many of us have to add our special sauce, even if that means in videos, pre-marketing. You will see right here, you have blogs. These could be blogs, these could be videos. And you might say, well, what do I do on a video? That's why even our membership, we have like just basic video scripts. But guys, that's the beautiful thing about our PowerPoints is those are the scripts. So let's look at the 12 month. When you look at the PowerPoint, when I say going through this and teaching, even pre-teaching to get people to your membership and group, that's where we get excited. That's the pre-marketing. That's the behind the scenes. Oh my God, guys, I'm working on this PowerPoint. I'm working on this program. And that's how we convert. Many people don't share enough about the signature steps, about the information. And so even in this one, these are signs you need a sugar detox, signs they're in balance. Even if you took one PowerPoint, you would have talking topics for every day. You could theme that PowerPoint to be the focus for the month. Do mini teaching series off of that one PowerPoint. So that's the thing is you can use our content any different way. Some people, Katrina, uses our blogs for her editorial lives. And she leads them to the freebie. She leads them to the freebie of the month. She leads them to the call to action for a month. So you will see right here, stress. Each one of these, and people asked me the other day, what is the difference between this and retune your hormones? This dives more solo focused into each of these areas, where the retune your hormones is a generality on hormones. And this goes into each, like their mini teaching workshops that you will see, the ones that we have on SIBO, estrogen dominance, leaky gut, the power of activated charcoal, how to detoxify in 15 minutes. This one I love. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. So when I look at here, you not only have a guide, but you also have a guide in Canva. And it's really exciting because when you have that in Canva, I mean, the possibilities are really endless on what you can add. You have something that's duplicatable, you can use over and over. And once you have a template, it's one of my favorite things, it just makes it really simple, really easy. Plus, I always say these are teaching topics. Many of you could use this and catapult it as a massive teaching series. You could even have the 5-day toxin free challenge. And all of a sudden, we've created value. We aren't just saying, oh, yeah, toxins lead to gut issues. It's like, show me the money, show me the problem, show me the mini solution. And that's why I love this, as well as the images, the guide in Word. I'll show you the guide in Canva, and you'll see how amazing this stuff is. Very simple, amazing information. Guys, this could be topics, no joke, 2 weeks of talking about this. Then lead somebody, of course, after you've talked about it for 2 weeks, you've shown a face mask, you've shown, yourself with your jade roller. My favorite, I buy Living Libations. So many different things. You talk about different Epsom salts, talk about all the oils, all the cool things you do. It's in that people say, oh my goodness, this is definitely my person. You will see that we have 3 very similar to this that are Canva template programs. This is how easy it is. You click, and we're instantly in Canva. You can make changes, you can make edits, everything is here and done for you. And that's why it's really cool. Many of you are like, huh. I immediately was like, oh my goodness, I could straight up make a video with that one. That video is on your Instagram feed. That video is on your Facebook page. Or the JPEG or a PDF. So many cool things that you can do when you have that kind of stuff at your fingertips. So I just want to answer some questions because I don't see them when I'm chatting away. Which program was that you weren't showing that had the reference to the sugar? That is the 12-month hormone membership. It's an amazing program. It really covers everything. And what I love about it is that it deep dives, and just I really encourage anybody to go look at that sneak peek. If you have any additional questions, I will be showing in the next few days, like really behind the scenes of each program and how to create those niche specific businesses. And ones that aren't just like, hey, it's gut. Ones that really tell the story and educate the person who we think they know gut, but how many people say something to you like, this was a question or this was a statement, they would say, well, I don't have a gut issue. I just have acid reflux. I don't have a gut issue. I've got skin issues, which, guys, we just released. If you go to the Detox and the cleaning main page, we just released programs that we had a lot of people. We had 7 inquiries just in the last week and a half about skin issues. The skin issues, that's the summer detox of 2019. The spring detox was all about toxins. Summer is all about letting go. And let me show you this before we get out of here and I answer any other questions. So summer 2020, for a lot of you who are coming back, I just felt that it was really imperative. This is a huge difference between the business, the rock star, and the basic. Basic, for any of our basic programs, you get the program, you get the sales page. For a rock star, we added some special things because we know in times of changes. So we wanted this detox to also speak to those of you who are more mindset and addressing some of these kind of issues so that it really serves you in every area. Even just this, guys, even just investing in the detox, and using it even for clean eating, look how amazing these PowerPoints are. So there are so many things that we put together. It's all different content, but that we wanted to address this big topic of stress, this big topic of letting go. Even, the self-care that we have to do for our kids. That's why right now, like our kids membership, that's such a game changer. And also just helping our clients, thrive in any time of uncertainty. Tony Robbins had, a great line that I had as an image on my vision board, which is why we did a lot on vision boards. Even, summer in Chinese medicine is also the time to come back within. And so we wanted these programs to also showcase, what the summertime is about, but also ones that can be applicable at any time of the year. Tony Robbins would always say, like, dancing in the midst of a storm. And so that's, I know, what I want to teach you guys for business. And I know that's what I taught my clients, is that we didn't need to have perfection. We just need to have baby steps towards massive action. And that's what my value ladder was about, the different steps based on commitment levels, and also based on the person. So to answer that, Jess, it is that. Katrina said, what do I recommend for anxiety? I think it depends on the approach. One, we can look from a more physical approach and say when we have anxiety, there can be gut dysbiosis, there can be adrenal issues, also that usually go hand in hand with stress. If you wanted to have a program that was without recipes, the stress course is great. If you wanted to have something that really addressed those habits and some changes, I think 30-day fresh start is great. But I also think that we have some ones that can always apply to that. Mindset makeover is an amazing one. It's a 3-month program. We also have Reset Your Life in 21 Days, which gives you day-by-day action plan. And it's really beautiful, great for, I would call it more of those like heart-based businesses, and where you get into the deeper old stories and the lack of empowerment. So feel free, if anyone has a question that you feel needs a little more attention, please drop, go to yourhealthcoachbiz.com, drop in the message, and I will personally answer, or one of my assistants. But if it's a question about a program and you need a specific, it's most often me. Those would be some of mine. We also, of course, have law of attraction and some stress ones, but I personally think handling stress isn't just about the actual stress, but it's about learning these habits and reshaping our thought process, reevaluating the map, and then having structured steps. We also have the freebie, positive affirmations. And I know that that's a huge thing for many of us, but we need to give those actual tangibles to our clients. So that can be a bunch of different ones that I suggest. Somebody saying, can you explain how you would use the Fresh Start? What was the second program you shared? The second was actually the Detox. I believe this is the Detox. I will say, guys, as a full transparency, because many of us don't always hear behind the scenes, I had a detox written and I didn't feel that it was applicable. It was about toxins and summer and everything. So I rewrote this. and went through what I really feel are some beautiful steps for our clients, that even if we feel that programs can be overwhelming or life can be overwhelming, some affirmations and permission that we can believe and have faith and that we can trust again. This is based on seasonal based foods with a chart by John Juilliard, one of my mentors, one person I also saw one-on-one, but just such a pioneer when it comes to seasonal eating. That and our good friend Anne Louise Gittleman, Paul Pitchford, Linda Page, many of my favorites when it comes to seasonal eating, which I'm all about. So you'll see right here lots of really cool things that we always include, recipes, of course. And I did look at the recipes. The recipes would be vegan because we didn't add in dairy or any cheese. So if you wanted to look at this as a vegan recipe guide, you can, and you also get the template in the Rockstar for the covers to be able to change that or change them yourself. Little quizzes, very cool stuff, tons of amazing support in business support, meaning the PowerPoints, anti-inflammatory drinks for the summer. After the summer, guess what? It's called skinny drinks, toxin, drinks, infused waters. So we just made it summer based, that you can do it in any way. Freebies, really cool freebies, recipes. I knew everyone in the summer talks about skin because it's one of the things coming out of the spring detox, and the liver, because it's liver and gallbladder, it heats up and we start to get warmer going into summer. We often will see an increase in skin issues, rashes, histamine reactions, angioedema, different, edema, different things that happen because of season, because of just habits, and most importantly, even stress. So that is one. It's a great one. I'm really geeking out on that one. Can you explain what a masterclass consists of? 100%. A masterclass is, for example, if you were to buy, let's say, the SIBO PowerPoint, or even one of the PowerPoints that a masterclass is most often anywhere from like 75 minutes to 90 minutes. You can take the very one PowerPoint and you go more intensely into it, instead of a webinar where you're teaching and you're teaching on that topic, but you know that this is a topic that your ideal client would definitely want. You can do it live, meaning live on Zoom or live on whatever recording. And then once it's done, that becomes evergreen, and you can sell that similar to this. Let me just show you the example from Nicole Jardine, and then we will close out if anyone doesn't have any additional questions. And this is a great example of the flow. She just actually redid her site. If you look at any of my earlier videos, you will see that she had 3 different offers on her low-cost offers. So now she's just moved it some different pages. She had the same here. What I was saying before is you can easily take a 14-day program, 14-day cleanse, the hormone detox, the 21-day, anything just like this, guys, can be yours. This can be done in Canva. This can be done in Canva. It can all be done in Canva. And then $47. That you could do with any of our workshops combined with a small program, even the 21-day hormone detox. As you saw, many of these detoxes also have PowerPoints included. Now let's go look at the other opportunity. Your small opportunities always have a core fundamental reason, and that is because she's wanting somebody to either come through this, or she's wanting to sell her products. Each person's a little different, but here we go. She had this before, 67. Some people have 47, 67, and they are the smaller steps the more intensives, this could be a masterclass that was done live, and now it's on your site, or you can do a masterclass live and go deeper in. Some people like to structure it with, um, I've been on a bunch where it's 60 minutes and then it's, 60-minute questions, but you're diving deeper into that, hence a masterclass. Like we always see so promoted on Facebook. Actually, I think it's Masterclass that owns it. And they have individual teachers come and teach a masterclass. Some people will take one class and shoot 3 videos that show, hey, I wanted to dive in on, I want to talk about probiotics. This probiotic, what separates probiotics, and make just a few little extra bonus videos, as you saw on our page, to sweeten the opportunity. Hence, further even attracting your ideal client and making them say, wow, I was blown away at that $47. Let me go get the 67. Let me see what it would be like. Making it make sense for them to naturally upsell. Tripwire is also a low cost offer. That's all it is. But it's the one that usually you opt in and it goes, boop, one time offer for only $27. You can get access to this 14-day program, 3 videos. You trip into it because you're like, oh my God, that's so good. Click. Because it does solve the problem. A tripwire isn't just a smoothie recipe guide. It might be a smoothie recipe guide, but then you're breaking down, you trip into it because it's so good. And then you're going to go through that and there's going to be a win. And then that person's going to say, huh, I'm going to go see what else this person has. Or you naturally get an email that says, so happy you did that. Hey, and Uriel Keim, who was one of the first people I bought an online program because he was somebody I looked up to and I admired. That was exactly, he had these low cost offers that he sold on his shop or that people sell on their work with me page, at the bottom, like, hey, if this isn't the right fit, click here, get to know me for only $47. And then you're bringing them into your ecosystem. And then those offers are steps. Because if that woman is coming to you and she's got fertility issues, I guarantee she needs a hormone detox first. But maybe she's like, no, it's just too much. I want to work with you, fertility. And then sometimes that person flip-flops between, because different layers get peeled back. And sometimes we're ready. And sometimes when we first saw the coach, we weren't, but we needed to hear the story from that person to say, this is my woman. Hey, Denise, I'm seeing names that I know of coaches, and if I don't know, can't wait to get to know you. Okay, let me see if I have any additional questions. Okay, let's just go over this. Any time, guys, I really encourage you guys, if you have questions, ask us. I always say, with what I call fundamental coaching questions, we all have them. We're all confused. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not, because that's BS. It does take a lot of intuition. And what I say to always, like, my membership, peeps, I always say, we can right brain the content plan. We can talk about all what to do. We can plan out all those great things. But in that doing, there needs to be some time for the intuitive creative flow, because that's where we say, okay, where was I struggling back 25 years ago? Or what did I wish my mom would have known? And I wish she would have known about probiotics, because I had an ulcer at 14 and asthma and life support and all these crazy things that many of you have gone through too. That's why you're my peeps. But we can look back and say, wow, I wish this was taught. Do people even know what probiotics are? Truth is, many people don't. Do we know what mantras are? We say it. Do we know what smudging is? Can't tell you how many times I would do something, and even in coaches, they'll say, I always wondered what a castor oil pack was like. That's the stuff that set me apart, because I thought, well, in a world of talk, how can I show that person what it's like to work with me? How can I show them that I will always be researching because my family, my kids are my why. What do I need to teach to get that person to understand that I'm going to journey with them and I will never drop them? It like makes me teary thinking about it, but nothing has changed from the day that I said, turn to my husband, that's it. I can't believe um, how many heavy metals, how much stuff our kids have, and no shame and blame. But I gotta go to school, not because I need to necessarily learn. I need to make sure that there is not another woman that feels alone like this, that feels lost and is home crying, Googling, searching, in adrenal fatigue, and everything in between. And that has never deviated. Even when we create content for you guys, like that core why doesn't deviate. We sit with the writers that write with us. I'm so blessed for them because they have the core fundamental values. And that's why our programs, I know, are different from other people. They always say, your programs like speak from the soul. And I always say, I'm not sure what else it would be like, but I know um, that's why I had a very successful business. And I wish that there was done for you content that I could have bought, but I do believe that it is all areas, but we still can niche and get very specific. But we can't sit behind just a desk. We have to push the live button and do it. We have to hit the blog post. If I'm dyslexic and I can do it, geez, guys, you can do it. It's called Grammarly or just spell check. It's okay. Take the chance. Do the video. Take the chance. Take the chance to show up and change somebody's life. Somebody showed up and said something that connected with you. For me, there's many people. It's Terry Walls. I found her Googling, and I'm so blessed that I did. And Weston Price and many other people that I have found. That's what we get to be. We get to be the light at the end of the freaking tunnel. And for those of you who do functional medicine testing, they're acupuncturists, chiropractors, nurse practitioners, doctors, etc. You can include tests, you can include products, network marketers. Guess what? Attraction marketing. Hello. You can use our programs to accentuate your network marketing products. We have CBD oil, we have essential oils, we have a chakra challenge that has essential oils. There are so many cool things to focus on. I mean, I think about all the things we do, the feng shui, the cool stuff that we're about. Show it. Use our content so that you can spend more time showing this really amazing stuff and the missing pieces that you wish were there. I wish I could list 100. And those 100 I wish were my freaking products. They were my talks. They were my social media. They were everything. And I would just say, give me the strength to do this. Oh man, this is hard. It wasn't about a Facebook ad. I didn't do them. I didn't have the money. And I will see a lot of people teaching Facebook ads and saying, just do Facebook ads before you even know your niche, what your people's problems are. Beta test it. Buy a program. Call like I did. Just pretend this phone. Hey, Lisa Marie. Yeah, it's your friend. Can you? I know I feel weird about doing this, but I went to school. I've been working on this program. Can you just test this detox? It will help you lose weight. It's just clean eating. Oh my God, girl. I gained weight with the last baby. Send it over. And then I found 9 other people who were what I felt was in my niche on all different levels. Lisa Marie didn't have many health issues at all. She was a really happy person. I love being around her because she let go of everything. She was like, there's flour all over. Don't worry. And I'm like, there's flour all over. More of that gut personality, that autoimmuner. Oh my God, what are going to happen? All the worrying. And then, of course, I gave it to people who are more like me. And that is where we find our message. That is where we take the niche and we stop saying, is this right? And we start saying, I know this is right for my person. I know there's a person like me, then there's a mom that isn't as committed as me, but she still wants this information on immune and gut and her hair not falling out. And she wants to know my struggles of hormone mayhem. And I'm not a hormone coach, but I know that I'm going to teach on that because that's important for that woman to know, because damn, I wish I knew that. And so, yeah, I wish I could wave a magic wand. I wish I could tell you this one funnel. The funnel works because you are your funnel. The program and the content that you buy from us is to save you time, so you don't have to spend all that time creating a signature program. Spend 20 hours. If you really spent 20 hours, and this is my closing statement, if all of us sat down and said, what do I want to be known for? What do people always come to me with? People would always be like, oh my God, Rach, your arms. Are you a fitness? I was like, no, I'm not a fitness coach. I don't say that anymore. Are you a weight loss coach? No. But what I realized is people saw me as a person who kept my weight at a place, kept my body good. And they were like, I want that. So I had a lot of people who hired me because they wanted to be in my world. A lot of people who also were healthy, but were like, you always geek out on those really cool things. Like, I know I'm going to learn so much from you. And then I also had my real gut people that I worked on teams with, because I'm a coach in Florida. And most importantly, I'm a coach, meaning I don't dive into some of those things that are, relevant, because also of different laws here. But I also loved working in co-collaboration.
Why not? Hold on, I think I have to switch these. All right, can you guys hear me? Okay, and we will end with this. I loved working in co-collaboration. I thought it was the best thing. Not only were they, people who referred, ding, ding, but I got known in this area because I showed up. I started reaching out to people. And also when I worked with people on teams, there were some people who had some extreme health issues that I didn't feel was appropriate even. I would felt like a little nervous. People coming to me with almost everything. And that is what we are dealing with in this world of mystery illnesses, toxin, stress, autoimmune, EMF waves, endocrine disruptors, leaky gut gone wrong from day one, and everything in between. And so it does affect your clients in many different ways. But I guarantee each one of you have a really significant story. Doesn't mean that you're your exact client, but they are looking for somebody like you. Somebody who is speaking their love language and looking to really be guided. And we have to step into conviction and say, it's cool, I know I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. And also, furthermore, to be willing to abandon the perfect XYZ or the evergreen webinar that didn't work or the 10K mastermind that promised. They all are great and work when we are either ready for them or when we do understand who we're serving and why, our own story. And we get really comfortable and we practice. Hint, hint. I put myself on a video a day challenge, unlisted, until I had the courage to go public on YouTube. And that was still to this day how I became an international coach, because people intentionally were Googling. And I constantly shared my story about parasitic infections, pylori, Listeria, food allergies, heavy metals, and many of the things, everything in between that affected my life, even though I appeared, healthy. I didn't look so great at that time, but that's for another episode. So it's been my pleasure. If you have any questions, if you have any additional questions and you feel like they haven't been resolved here, please, guys, feel free to reach out to us. That crying gave me a little something in my eye. Reach out to us at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. Just say, hey, I need to, get Rachel's advice. Often I will reply in a video response. And if we do need to get on a call for any reason, I always just say, know what you want to offer. Please get on those calls with questions. and come into our free group. I have tons of videos in there on offers, structure, even discovery calls. Go to my YouTube channel. It's Rachel Feldman. There are so many videos, and you will see me at the not so great times when I was really, really sick. Um, really sick, and I let go of imposter syndrome, and I said, you know what, I only need to be one step ahead of my clients, and that is the truth. And at the end of the day, our clients really want us to hear them, see them, not tell them that they're crazy. Oh, you must be crazy to have that, or of course you're just tired, you're 40. It's like, no, 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 no. I refuse to think that shit is standard that is being said. That's enough of a big why. Each one of you can do this. Each one of you. And this is not your passion. This is your purpose. And for some of you, there's just fear. And of course, there's fear of building a business, fear of showing up, fear of putting yourself out there, because we are selling ourselves. And of course, you know, the things that our clients need to hear from our heart, from our soul, and from the years of researching and the knowledge. And if it's not your own story, neither was Reed Davis on why he started FTN. And he is one of my besties, and in the school that I love because of him, because of his deep why. He has a deep mission that everyone should have a choice. You shouldn't just be tired. You shouldn't have metabolic chaos. You shouldn't have weight issues, unexplained. I mean, guys, we have amazing books by many different pioneers. Even if you don't like medical medium, guess what? His books are pretty right on, with amazing information about EBV. We live in a world of information, but we have to often find the coach and the person who speaks our love language and the one that we can trust. And that's why each one of you have different modalities, practices, styles. And in my eyes, because I let go of being dogmatic, not that one shouldn't, I still know the things I do and that are my signature process. And that's why people hired me. And that's why I was graced to work with families from babies onward up to grandparents. Very similar issues in the whole family. And that's where we get to completely change the game. And so just believe in your process, whether it's raw or it's ketogenic or it's vegan or it's whatever. Just own it, because there's somebody desperately waiting for somebody like you. So guys, any questions? I could talk forever. That's it. I don't want to cry anymore because this stuff is so deep for me. It's so deep. So with that being said, we have a lot of amazing stuff. Please, when you go to our site, search by niche, go to the shop page. I know there's a lot. I know. Go to the shop page. Look at mindset, habits, Canva, gut, workout, fitness. If we don't have it, put in a request, because we're always looking to deliver exactly what you guys want. I love you guys too. Oh, hi, Jody. I'm glad that you guys like this. Please expect more. I like to set the bar high, and we like to be different here because we are coaches. And so please expect that there will be lives from me and videos, and I will put them on my blog, on my site, so that you don't have to search and try to go through, Facebook groups. And if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us, and we will see you guys later. Bye, guys.